Okay, so let's see how that looks. The entire sky is green. Come on. Oh, come on. Hey guys, and welcome to night 2 of my trip through the German Austrian Alps. I'm at a different mountain group now, which is like, I don't know, 10-15 kilometers away from the spot that I went to last night, and it looks pretty awesome. Once again, everything looks cool here. But yeah, tonight is going to be a little bit more easy, more chilled, because I only had 4 hours of sleep tonight. Not much to eat, and yeah, I'm actually feeling really used. I think that's the right word I can use for that. Anyway, let me quickly show you my base camp and the view that I have. So this is the direction of southwest and yeah, more or less south. Pretty much right here will be the Milky Way once the night is here. And down here we have base camp, which is pretty nice. I have some flat open space here with some grass where I can place my air mattress and my sleeping bag, which I will definitely need tonight. And yeah, I'm having all my gear up with me. So happy. It's so heavy, it's so stupid. Anyway, all the way over there on this mountain was the last night. So the night sky shouldn't be too much different, but yeah, it's just a different view to all the other mountains, and I also have a different view all the way over here. There are a few high clouds, as you can see. Come on, focus. There are a few high clouds, as you can see, but they should clear up in about 1 or 2 hours. And they are not in the direction where I'm shooting at the beginning of the night, which is all the way over here. And yeah, let me walk all the way up here. I think I will do my Milky Way panorama for the Cygnus region and all that stuff from here, because I have a nice view. Let me go all the way here. A nice view here. Might be able to stand here on that piece of rock and have the Milky Way later on all the way here. But yeah, I will see. As you can see, it's almost dark. Milky Way is already super visible in all directions. And the super good thing is that all these high clouds that I've showed you before are gone. There are just a few below Pleiades, far in the east. But anywhere else, except for like one that's right next to the Milky Way core, it's completely gone. Perfect, as predicted. It's unbelievable how you can trust the weather forecast for like one time. Okay, I'm gonna give you the game plan for tonight. So I've already set up my Nikon Z6 on the Star Adventurer tracker to my left, just like I don't know, 30 seconds away for the first shot. with the Milky Way here. And when this shot is done, I will probably do a 360 panorama from a different spot. And then after that, I'm honestly deciding spontaneously. As I mentioned it before, I think tonight is going to be a little bit more easy and not so stressful. I want to stay at this area here and not move like back and forth all the time because I'm way too sleepy for that. And I think staying in one place for one night is allowed, I would say. For the rest of the night, I will just continue doing all kinds of panoramas. And I also want to focus a lot on H-alpha images tonight because I think I want and have to upgrade my H-alpha library for blending H-alpha to RGB images. And I'm thinking about using the 65mm Sigma on my Sony a7 III with my new dual narrowband filter and capture some really deep images, like 20 minutes per panel on certain areas in the night sky. So for example Cygnus, then also later on Orion, and so on and so on. But yeah, you will see as always. Okay, so let's see how everything looks here in the sky. Let me do a first test shot for this night. Okay, photo mode. I'm gonna pan all the way up to see some stars here. I really have to say that the Sigma 28 to 45 is probably the best lens I've ever used. It is so easy to use. It's so easy to focus also. I mean, it is just a perfect lens. I have no words for that. I might even do like a long-term review on this lens anytime soon, because I've used it for so many nights now, and at every focal length, 28, 35, 45, it's almost perfect at f1.8. At 35, it is even perfect on f1.8. Oh, I think I can already start to see some air glow again. Oh man. If I haven't seen the first part of this trip yet, last night or in the first video I had so much air glow. It was unbelievable. Really, really crazy. And I think it's the same story again for today. Really, really good. Okay, so I think for now I want to focus on the sky first and then do the foreground, because when I do the foreground I will lose lots of time in the sky where the Milky Way is moving. So I will focus on the Milky Way first, and then do the foreground. I will do this panorama at 45mm because I want maximum details. And I don't think I'm going to do like super stacked or tracked on this. Or maybe I do. It's like an addiction, you can't get away of it. I really want to include myself in that panorama, so what I'm doing now is to walk on that rock there that provides a small silhouette against the I would say the mountains in the background. And I will go into my hero pose now. Turn the lights off, and then now I have to wait for 1 minute. Let's see if I can be perfectly still for that time. Okay, so let's count. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And just a couple seconds more. I think the first shot is done now. Yeah, okay, so let's go back and see if that shot is good. I don't know if it's just me, but I personally find it quite funny sometimes that every single misstep that you take up here in the Alps can cause death or serious injury. Okay, so let's see how it turned out. I think it doesn't look good. I will just take another shot without me in the frame, and then I will decide later on in post-processing if I will include myself. Yeah, it's such a beautiful night again. I love it. Oh, it's about 3 hours later, and I just got out of my sleeping bag because I slept for like 2.5 hours. Yeah, I really needed that, and I think it's the best time to sleep because it's right in the switch of summer Milky Way to winter Milky Way, and now Orion is pretty high up, and yeah, I just needed it. It was really time to get some sleep, and now I'm back. I had some hot tea and I'm feeling really good now. So for the rest of the night, I'm doing full focus Astro again. But yeah, I slept, but I also kept one camera here running, which is the A7 III. I shot various objects or various regions of the Milky Way in H alpha, just to do something at least. Yeah, and for that I had to stand up every like 45 minutes, but it's okay. I got back to sleep pretty fast, so yeah, I will actually stop this camera now, swap the cameras, so the Z6 comes back on here with the 28 to 45, and then I will start shooting some really awesome Milky Way shots with the Orion. And also, yeah, I think I first want to shoot something with the Cygnus region up there, because it's really low on the horizon now. And yeah, let's do this. This is the current night sky. Orion nice and high. And you might be able to see it in the video. It's green all over the place, so that means we have a lot of air glow again. And I'm really looking forward to shoot now. I just started a time lapse with my A7 III, and now I will be shooting in this direction with my Z6. Okay, let's go. Oh guys, I think you underestimate how much I needed this 2 hours sleep. It's so good. I'm feeling so refreshed now. So let's get this setup here running. First of all, I have to level the tripod. Okay, slightly off this side. Tripod is leveled. Now polar alignment. Just roughly again. Yeah, that should be good. Alright, everything should be set. I will start with the sky first because I want to have the Milky Way basically at this framing now. So when I do the foreground now, the Milky Way will move again. So let me turn on the tracker and let me see if it is focused enough. In this case I will do 45 for the sky and for the foreground 28, just to save some time. And yeah, this has been working really well in the past. Oh, the space is tight. Let's get this leveled here again. And now let's take the first exposure just to see if everything looks nice. And I also want to see how strong the air glow is. I really want to see that. Let's just take a test exposure. Okay, so let's see how that looks. Okay. The entire sky is green. Come on. Oh, come on. It is actually green. It's just green. Oh, wow. Okay. Don't want to lose any time, and I will start the exposures now. Okay, I think I will do a wider panorama because I kind of want to include the Big Dipper as well, just on the side here. Okay, so let's do that. I think that's a good plan. And yeah, I think this panorama will be a little bit more simple because the night sky is moving quite fast now, especially when you have objects pretty low to the horizon. Then yeah, it just moves quicker for you because you have a reference point with the horizon. And that way I don't want to shoot too much or like too long. And I'm only doing 60-second single exposures now for the sky. And then, yeah, I think 2 minutes for the foreground. That should be nice. And after that, I want to face all directions. So yeah, Orion. I really should have done a comparison, like just from the A7S live view, in the direction of west that the camera is facing now, like the video camera, because the light pollution is so much reduced. It is crazy how much the effect of dimming the lights over time, like all these smaller cities and villages here do, it makes such a huge difference. It is really, really, really impressive. Okay, so this is the last shot for the foreground, and then I will move on to shoot Orion because I really want to shoot Orion because in the opposite direction of what you're seeing now, it is pitch black. I mean, it's really good towards Cygnus and towards the west here, but I would say it's like 1.5 times better in the opposite direction. There's zero, there's nothing. There's just pure Alps and darkness, and Orion at a perfect spot. And yeah, let's see if that exposure is finished. And yeah, let's move on. I want to go all the way to the top and get a really nice view. I don't know what to expect because I haven't been here during daytime, but I think it will be amazing. Let me show you how it looks up here. Quite cool, I think. And yeah, up here, big Orion. Yeah. Okay, let's set up and start shooting. Okay, I've never been here, so let's turn on the big lights because I really want to survive that night. Okay, let me boost the exposure here so that you can see the landscape. Yeah, I think it looks quite nice with all these mountains and all the details in there. And then we of course have Orion just above it. I think that will be a pretty cool shot. I think I will do this shot entirely at 45 millimeters because I want to get the most details possible, and I will also do a longer exposure time for the sky. So like, let's say, yeah, think 5 minutes is a good exposure time for the sky. So 5 times 1 minute. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going for. I will set everything up here and start shooting, and I will set the video camera to do a time lapse of everything here. So yeah, that I don't have too much video stuff. So I'm now at the last spot for tonight, which is the highest peak that I can walk to, as far as I can see, in a reasonable amount of time. So yeah, this is the base point for my panorama, which I'm going to start right now, since we have 4 a.m. in the morning. The night ends at 5:15, and yeah, doing a 360 panorama with tracking and all this stuff takes a lot of time. And I want to do it perfectly, and want to start rather early than later, because yesterday I almost missed my last 360 panorama because I started too late. Yeah, that's basically it. So I will get everything set up and we shoot. Just on a side note, I really have to say that this new panorama head is a game changer for my astrophotography here. It's so easy to do panoramas with it, and it's much more stable than the last one, or the last rig that I had. The last one was good, it worked, but this one is just set it up and forget about anything. You can just set the degrees up and down, left, right, and when you remember the settings for like your focal length, in my case like 28, 35 or 45, and you remember each click and how much you have to go up and down, then you can easily get perfectly aligned panoramas, and they always are perfect, since everything has the same overlapping every single time. What time is it? It's 10 past 4 a.m. Okay, when I finish the foreground in like, I don't know, 10-15 minutes, then I have enough time to get the entire night sky captured with 1 minute exposures, as far as I know. And it would be super awesome. Okay, let's see. In the third night, I wanted to take it a little bit more easy and just do some deep sky with my setup that I brought with me. And for that, I drove to a pretty big parking lot at about 1,500 meters, which was a 30-minute drive. But yeah, the skies were absolutely incredible. And yeah, take a look for yourself. And in this shot you can see the telescopes working under perfect conditions in the Alps. And this shot turned out to be one of my favorites from this trip because I just love the in-action moment, I would call it. And yeah, I also did some deep sky as mentioned, so here was one result for the Witch's Nebula, which is right in the heart of the Orion constellation. And I also took a shot of the Polaris region with all the IFN dust around it. And yeah, I actually shot 2 more images, but I'm not super proud of them, so don't want to show them. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you on the next adventure.